What's good, everybody? It's your boy 005 Dynasty back with another video, and we're going to continue on talking about these boring musical producers on the internet in 2025. Like I said before, they've been here before 2025 and they're going to be here after. But we still need to have the conversation and speak about it because they are holding a lot of people back and they know it. They don't care. So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, 90% of you guys and girls, probably it might be a higher percentage of you guys and girls will not make it in the music industry. I don't know if you know this, but they know it. Okay? They know how hard it is to make it in the music industry. They know. But they won't tell you that. The way they put their videos together is to make it seem like they're giving all of y'all hope. They're pushing for all of you guys to make it. And they know that 90% of you guys will not make it. Because that's just not how things work, man. So why are they making videos trying to seem like everybody can be successful, everybody can do it, when they know the real, they know the truth? It's because they have to be master manipulators and put themselves in a certain category, a certain box, a certain aura, a certain mystique about them, some magical essence about them, and the knowledge that they have, or the stuff that they've achieved in the game, which makes them like have this way of speaking to you guys, and now they become gods, and like no matter what anybody else no matter what anybody else says, they're right. And it's crazy. But I'm here to tell you guys and girls, that's not reality. Reality is that the game, especially if you're trying to enter it as a musical producer, is extremely hard, very competitive, and you don't have what it takes. A lot of you guys don't have what it takes. I can honestly come on here and tell you guys and girls, oh, here's a tip, here's a trick, or get this device, or turn the knob this way, turn the knob that way, or get the plug-in, or be excited about an update, or be excited about a new product that's dropping because it's going to have tools in it, it's going to help you be a better musical producer. I could come on here and give you information about me being in the studio with Reek the Villain and watching him work. Me being in the studio with Legend, the rap artist Legend, and watching him work. Me, you know what I'm saying, being in the studio with this person, that person, this person from that record label, this person from that record label, and watching them work and giving you pointers and telling you this is what happened in the studio session, and this is what happened, this is what they were saying, blah, 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 blah. I could come on and basically make it like in tutorial format and put titles and descriptions and everything saying like tutorial, learn the hip-hop music game, and all this stuff that they do for clickbait. I could easily do that. But why am I not doing that? When I know I could trick the people, I could trick the masses to come to my channel and give me views, when I know they're not going to be successful, even if they take the knowledge that I give them. Because that knowledge is not worth anything, man. It's not worth a goddamn thing. It's not. Because what I experienced and what I went through has nothing to do with you. Everybody is different. Everybody's going to be perceived different. Everybody's going to be received different. So what happened for me or happened to me is not going to be the same for you. So how am I going to come on the internet and give you a tutorial on this and that, and there's product reviews, walkthroughs, and how to use this device? I got a device sitting right here. The way I twist the knobs on this thing is not going to help you, man, because my knowledge of music is different from yours, or what I feel at any given point in time in my musical journey is going to be different from you. So the way that I make this thing work is going to be different from the way you're going to make it work. Your style, how you learned, your upbringing in the music industry, whatever movie you watch, whatever television show you watch, or cartoon you watch, or commercial, or YouTube video, or something on Rumble, Snapchat, you know what I'm saying, TikTok, Instagram, walking down the street, everything is going to be different from one person to the next. Everybody's influences are different. Everybody sees things differently. We could watch the same movie but see totally different things, have totally different perspectives. So they are categorizing everybody and putting everybody into a box about a device and updates and turning it this knob and make this thing go bleep 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 this way and use it with a guitar, use it with your synth. All the videos you see, and it means nothing. Nothing. Because the only thing that means something is real world experiences. And that's the reason why I said these fake, phony, cornball, idiotic people that get on YouTube and make these dumb videos don't show real world experiences so that you can see it live in action and literally try to figure out and understand what's happening in those studio sessions, but get a general idea of what's happening, even if you don't understand fully, but you can get a general idea so that when you step out of your house and you go into your own studio sessions, you could kind of have like a perceived thought process about something that can help you in your journey. So these guys and these girls, guys, they'll show you a device like this. Oh, you get your jacks and plug this in. This is stereo, blah blah blah. This is how you turn the reverb, and this is how you do this and do all that. And the way they talk is like, hey, like, I can't even do it. like, what's up, guys? This your boy. Da 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 da. We're gonna go over the microcosm today, guys. Yeah, man, this thing is wonderful. I had it for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for, what's the company? I forget the company name for this. Oh, Hologram. Thank you for Hologram for sending this over to me. They're going to let me try it out. You know what I'm saying? This is a paid promotion, guys and girls, you know. But yeah, we're going to learn how to use this together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is the mix knob. And, you know, this right here gives you the glitches and the beeps and the baps and blah, blah, blah. And they take their time with chopping it, and they make sure they got everything perfect, and that's supposed to help you be a musical producer in the game. Let me tell you guys something. I produce a lot of records, and those records that I produce, I literally didn't have that device. I didn't have 90% of our devices. The devices I have right now, I didn't have 90% of them when I was producing records. I didn't need this stuff. None of this stuff. I didn't need this keyboard. I didn't need this reverb unit. I didn't have the MPC. I didn't have any of the stuff when I was producing records. You don't need any of it. You don't need any of it, man. You don't, man. It's so many ways to make a record without buying $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 worth of gear that these content creators keep pushing on you every day, every other day, at least 4, 5, 6 times a month. That's a lot. That's a lot. 7 times a month, like that's a lot of pushing content on people. For them to go buy plugins and to buy hardware gear and, you know, worry about the next update and worry about the next this that they're adding to it and all that stuff. The records that I produced back in the days, literally, if you really think about it, it's so simple. But it's the concept. It's music production at its finest. Taking something that's so simple as maybe a sample that's looped up for like 2 to 4 seconds. It's like, I'm talking about very, very small, tiny, minute samples. And just having it loop to form a groove and a melody, but to tell a story before the artist even gets on it. Then I add all the percussion and drum patterns and stuff like that, and, you know, bass lines, kicks, add it all together, and then next you know, maybe put some vocals or something. There's something that's like my style, like Ghost Wave style, like that cinematic air hop style. And then next you know, the melody and all that stuff that I put together without having keyboards and all of this, this and that, is telling a story to the artist that I can't even hear. I can't hear. I'm not inside that artist's mind and their body, their heart, their soul. I can't hear what the beat that I made is saying to the artist and what is telling them what should come out of them. I didn't need reverb. I didn't need all this stuff. I didn't need updates from Akai and Native Instruments and Arturia and Rupert Neve and all these different the SS. I didn't need none of that to make records that sound industry ready records. Like for real, industry ready records. All I needed was to be a musical producer and understand how to get the best out of me as a musical producer and creating my craft and formulating these instrumentals that spoke to another person, that spoke to another human being on this earth. And that's me in real time, in real life, just sitting in my studio working, not on a screen, not looking at no tutorial, not looking at YouTube, nothing. I'm literally like this, like working, thinking, beatboxing, coming up with, then chopping stuff up and, blah, 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 little minute chops and all that. And then I play for an artist. And I only play it for artists if they ask and they would come and some people was coming to purchase, you know what I'm saying? Like only a small amount of people, it's a small handful of artists that I actually gave stuff to. A lot more I could have had, only a small handful. But when I let them hear the beats and they heard it, instantly the beat spoke to them. They needed the beat. And then they left with the beat. And then next you know, they came back with a song written up. Because the way that I did what I did is that I made it come alive and speak to these people. And it came out of their soul, man. It came out of their hearts. It came out of their minds. And they killed the records. Because that's producing, man. So then now, you know what I'm saying? We go to the studio and we go record the records. We go record these songs. And that's how I have my catalog. But that's real world experience, guys and girls. So I can't make tutorials that's going to help you in a real world experience because every artist that came through and they listened to my beats, they all the artists are different. They're looking for different stuff. They're looking for a different sound. They're looking for a melody to speak to them. Not every I could play one beat for 10 artists. And that one beat might speak to one artist out of the 10. And the other 9 might not like the beat at all. But that one artist heard that beat and they're going to go write a banger. It's going to make it on an album or something. Or a mix CD. Or however you put it. It's digital now, right? In 2025. It's going to at least make it on Spotify, Deezer, all these different stores like iTunes and things of that nature, right? But it's real world experience. So, I was watching a video and I think it was something about Busta Rhymes in the studio, and I think it might have been a new artist or his new artist, but something about the artist, right? It's new, right? And you see Busta Rhymes in the studio and you see him shaking his head like it was like kind of like he was like a little disappointed because Busta Rhymes has that real world experience and he many years in the game, right? But you can see the artist standing next to him and the artist is feeling the song, like going like just like singing it and he feeling it. He not even seeing Busta's reaction. And it goes to show you though, even though you can make a record, even though you can make a song, you could be sitting next to a legend in a game, And just because you technically don't really have a lot of real world experiences or music industry studio experiences, you might think you made the best song in the world, but this person over here knows it's not the best song in the world. And you not even, you so busy worrying about what you're worrying about, but you're not even paying attention to that legend sitting right next to you, and they shaking their head like, nah, this ain't it. It's crazy, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you stay on YouTube watching these content creators who are influencers, who are manipulators, and they're tricking you, they're not telling you the real, they're not telling you that 90% or maybe more of y'all guys are not going to make it in the music industry, what's going to happen is you're not going to make it. You're not going to understand why you didn't make it, because you didn't get out there and do real world experiences, because you're depending on them mentally. You're depending on them to save you and to help you. You're depending on them to give you all the information about the Akai MPC. Whatever MPC comes out, you run to their YouTube channel to look at the video. You're depending on them to tell you about hardware, like outboard gear. Like you want them, you literally depend on them to tell you like, oh, this is a great piece of analog gear. It sounds like this. It makes the sound do this. And you're waiting for them. You're waiting on that knowledge. Why are you waiting? Just get up and go and do it yourself. Stop waiting. Go do the music industry. Be in the real world and have real world experiences. Only then will you be able to conquer the music industry and skip past the YouTubers, influencers. You'll skip right by, you'll jump right over them because you're not looking at them. You'll start to gain the knowledge and understanding like these people, they cornballs, they corny, they whack. You know what I'm saying? They're not even doing what I'm doing right now. You're gonna get into the studios and be like, damn, this is totally different from. Then you're gonna go into a studio. They're not even gonna talk about the MPC 3.5, 4.0 update. They're not even gonna say any of that. You might not even see an MPC when you go into the studio. You might just see the whole Pro Tools setup and a board and some studio monitors just so you can hear the music back. You might see minimum, like a little bit of gear. Some studios, it's just the way it's built, it's mad gear, it's just there. Some studios, the gear is there, but you won't even see it because you're not there to talk about an MPC 3.0 or 4.0 update. You're there to do music production and to record a song. And hopefully that song is recorded well enough and then mixed and mastered well enough and then translated to the consumer well enough that it could become a great single or maybe an album cut or just if you wanted to say it, a hit record. Something that can go viral or things of that nature. But if you're not in the real world producing or working with multiple artists and giving yourself an opportunity to have a chance, it's never going to happen with you sitting at home on YouTube watching a content creator talk about all this stuff and then sometimes gives a little story about themselves and like their family and what they're doing. They went and had some pizza and like, oh yeah, they made a beat. Or hey, let's do a beat together, guys. Or send me a beat. I'm doing beat review videos. Oh yeah, you gotta pay me $50 for a beat review video. It's like all this stuff that has literally nothing to do with the real music industry. I'm telling you. So I'll be the person to tell you guys and girls, 90%, and that's being generous. Because that other 10% could literally be up to like 99%. 99% of you guys, if I was to be honest, are not going to make it. And I think you guys know you're not going to make it. That's why you sit on YouTube and watch these people. The music industry is totally different from what they're showcasing. It's going to be totally different from what they will show. They're never going to showcase it because they're not. Then that's not their agenda. That's not what's going to make them money. And if something's not their agenda, and if something is not going to make them money, which is all ties in together, they're never going to show it. the geeking out that people do on these platforms, like the fanboying and geeking out from grown men and women at that, that will let these people poke them from behind and defend them with nails and teeth because they're flashy and camera lighting and they talk a certain way and they're master manipulators. They will never wake up, man, and they'll never break out of this. So these guys and girls know it, and that's the reason why they're never going to teach you the real music industry. And there's nobody really talking about the real music industry. Let me tell you guys, I'm not going to tell you about my real world experiences in depth and make tutorials and make 5-minute videos, 10-minute videos, 15-minute videos, and do all the thumbnails and all that stuff, and make sure I micro chop my videos and make sure my lighting looks all correct and do all. I'm not going to do all that to try to gain monetization money off of you guys and to make myself seem better than you guys and like I have all the knowledge and I can help you and you're going to make it. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be straightforward and honest with you guys and girls. You're not going to make it. You don't want to make it, I don't think. And they know it. And this whole thing is going to continue. But the only reason why I'm doing my videos is because maybe that one person out of that 100% might see my video and wake up, or they're probably already on the right path, and this would be a reassurance for them. That's the reason why. So it's crazy. You're gonna still see, like, what you will see though, like, cause I'm working. So I just recently, I got my hard drive over here on the screen, like on the monitor right here. This is my old hard drive. So I went back and I opened up like project files for all my old beats. And it's a lot of beats, man, from like 2003 all the way to 2011. A lot of beats throughout all those years. Most of them are samples, so but the project files are still there, and all the sample chops are still there. And those were done in FL Studio, Fruity Loops. Started out in Fruity Loops, and then Fruity Loops switched over to FL Studio when they had that whole lawsuit thing going on with Kellogg's, the cereal brand. So I could literally go grab those samples if I want to, and now put it in an MPC and really, really work. And the beats would be that much better because now I had the MPC. I could do more micro chops and finger drumming and all that stuff. I could do a lot better than just doing like those micro chops using a mouse. I was using a mouse and keyboard back then. So I was looking at those project files and seeing what was there. Not that I'm going to go back and sample, but I was going through it to see what was there. And now I have that as a part of my arsenal. I'm talking about folders, guys, like folders. And every folder says the name. It says the name of the sample, where I got it from. It might be a movie, television show, a cartoon, an advertisement. It could have been off of another song. So I got it all there. I have the original songs and I have the micro chops that I did. So that's just there as a part of like my arsenal in case somebody be like, oh, could you sample this? Or did you sample that? Or can you redo that beat right there that you sampled? I could go and throw it back in there. But then I also have all my keyboards and stuff over here to make stuff original. So what I'm going to do is, instead of showing you, oh, here's the room keyboard, but this is how you do this and that, I'm just going to make music. I'm going to post it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to be a music